And now something I've been looking very much forward to is this an utopia for a building industry of preservation, Clara. But unfortunately, Clara's sick. Oh, bummer. And I'm sorry, and that's why I was a little bit on the phone. Because what she and a lot of other colleagues friends or enthusiasts together with her are working on is actually that the vision. We talked a bit about it today. Like, what is it that we want to see? I think you asked that question. You had some comments, and Sigge mentioned it as well. How do we want the construction industry to be? Maybe it reflects a bit on like, do we have a common understanding of where we want to go? Um, and Klar, together with a lot of other stakeholders or actors or people wanting to see that change. I think mainly young people. Not that older people don't want to see the change, but they've grouped together and they have made this manifest, they call it, where they want to read out how they want to see the construction sector develop. And she was here to share a bit of that. Some of those who are part of that initiative have organized this thing called Apprentices for Sustainability. It is a Danish initiative, but we wanted to bring it here today to know if there's any Nordic similarities. So it's really apprentices asking for the skills that Coco has materials for. So how to actually be able to build in a more, I don't know if I dare to say sustainable way, but a better way. So she was here to share with us, but she can't. Unfortunately, that's how it is. But I know that they will be sharing it in Danish on the 17th of January in Blux Hub, close by here, just over there. And maybe we will put something about it on LinkedIn. So maybe give a round of applause for Clara that she wanted to be here. And hopefully she'll be feeling better soon. All right, we're really coming to an end. I'm so amazed by all of you who are still here in the room, not falling asleep yet. And it's actually also now the final one because now we have something very special, and I need your help. Are you ready, Miss? Sure. No? No. Okay. So I need. It's simple. It's very simple. You just need to do this. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you can do it online as well. Thank you. Yes, because we have a launch. That's enough. Thank you. Yeah. So we made so many online reports. We had so much discussions. It's much more than just paper and words. We really used it, and it will still have a life. But we did choose to print one. And we did quite some efforts trying to make it readable and um, digestible. So we really hope that you will take one. And you can also take one to someone who couldn't come. And when there's no more, then there's no more. But of course, it's also online. And if you want to travel light, there's also some postcards, we called it, out there that has this QR code where you can get it. But this is really like a summary of all this. We think some of the best things we did together in this period, and it has all the links and all of that, and it has a foreword by Karen Ellemann, who is the Secretary General of the Nordic Council of Ministries, and the EU Commissioner, the President of the EU Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, also gave her comment to the program and its value. So yeah, you can read it here, and I hope you will enjoy it. Thank you for the help. And then, because this is actually then the finish, we're still rounding off this Nordic Sustainable Construction from 2021 to 2024. But of course, we think we found a lot of solutions, but we don't have all the answers yet. And maybe, as Sigge was mentioning, we're just a bit better at asking some of the questions and a bit deeper now to actually also come up with some of the, we can say, more accessible solutions. So we would really love. Oh, I didn't show this. Okay, sorry, but that was the toolbox. What did I show? Whatever. Ta-da. What would we like to collaborate on from 2025 to the end of 2027. So it's true, the vision 2030, that's 2030, but it's built up like, so we take 3 years and then maybe 2 more. And then we have the most integrated and sustainable region in the world. We reach for that, and it's good to aim. So what we would really like to, so the Nordic countries together, is to collaborate on this. So we don't have the funding and not enough funding at the moment. So we don't know if it will be possible. But we talked a lot together, building on all the knowledge we've gathered, building on a whole year of a process. I know many of you were also here for the sector workshop in June, and we took all of this input, really tried to gather it all. Also, some of the things that Salt said, so really tried to gather it and put it into what could we maybe collaborate on going ahead. And Iceland have said that they would like to be in charge of a work package focusing on climate, where we want to make this so the LCA regulation can be done in many ways, but there's still quite some nuts that we haven't cracked yet. I think we know a lot of the questions, but we don't have all the answers. EU will give us some of the answers with the upcoming delegated act on how exactly to calculate LCA for GWP, or life cycle assessments for global warming potential, but not all of it. And we know that more is needed, so we want to help with that because we can do that better together. Then there's still innovative solutions that we need. And we would like to get the input from the sector, from many stakeholders, and what are some of the solutions that we are still missing. And we try to put it very overall because we don't know exactly what, so we don't want to frame it too hard. But we will need input for that. And then we have, in Denmark, we say the 100-year events, but they just come too often these days. So our weather and climate is changing, and that will impact how we do regulation, and we have to consider that. So we'd like to collaborate on how should we do that. We want to use our common forces to look into that. So that's one. And then we have another work package, which Norway would like to run, focusing on digitalization. When you regulate the climate impact in construction, digitalization follows. It has to follow, otherwise it gets too administrative burdensome. But it can be done in many ways, and we are all developing our own digital templates, both for the industry, but also for ourselves as authorities. Could we maybe make something together? Are you still here? Yeah, you asked for data quality. We're not yet there, so we want to do more. And then we have this, as they say in Norway, Norwegian, KI, kunstig intelligens, eller artificial intelligence. Is there something there that we could do to build better? 3 countries have now either a prototype or a real type of this ChatGPT for the building regulations, because they can be really difficult to understand. So that's one thing we have already, many countries have done, or some countries have done a first one, but are there other things we could do with artificial intelligence to build better? Then work package 3, Sweden would like to run this, and it's focusing on the EU. We have a new commission, and Salt was saying a bit about their priorities, but I think within the next, I don't know, is that 90? They will put things on paper on what there will be their priorities. We want to be on our tipping toes to know what is that, and is that something we in the Nordic can be coming about and supporting this implementation or this effort, or do we maybe have some comments? Yeah, and it's the housing, just as the resilience, preparedness, these are at least some of the things we know will be key, competitiveness as well. And then circularity, Denmark would like to run this. And here we talked a lot about it today. We have an existing, in this part of the world, we have an existing building stock. We can utilize it better, but how and what different measures should there be? We want to pull our things together on that as well. And we talked a lot about the circularity, but we actually still lack that standard for reused construction products to be able to do it. There are templates out there, but we want to see if we can make something together in the Nordics. It's also very linked to the construction product regulation. And then the Eurocode, as I mentioned before, try to harvest some of that And then the skills, we did some in this first phase, but there's more to do. And we definitely want that website to stay up and not close in a few days. Yeah, and then of course to bind it all together, we still want a secretariat that was also run by Denmark last time, and it makes a lot of efficiency sense to do that again, to build on that website, to build on the processes, and also make sure that whatever we gather of knowledge is not just rusting away on I don't know, our shelves or computers are not being utilized. Yeah, so this is what we hope for, but of course it's in the end up to the Nordic um, countries, ministries on what they want to prioritize the Nordic funds for. We do our best to make it happen, but actually right now today I can't say it's going to happen or not, but we have really good ideas of what we want to collaborate on, and we will need your input if we get it, and we will hopefully know in the beginning of 2025, 5 years before Vision 2030. All right. So thank you everyone for listening. So these are the logos of the project partners in the program, but all the Nordic countries and regions have really been part of this. So we have this group that have referred to the program is really, really involved. And I also know that some of you from the sector know that we involved you. And it's financed by Nordic Innovation, which is an organization under the Nordic Council of Ministers. And if you do want to know more, oh, what does it say? Yeah. We have a newsletter, and we also, it's not we, but our sister project made this sustainable building saga. It's quite nice, good inspiration. We have a LinkedIn and, of course, our website. And you're most welcome to visit it. And please also help sharing it. We will share the slides that we have used today, those that we're allowed to share. And we will also share the recording. And I hope that you'll actually help sharing that with those you know who could use it, because we were some who were lucky to be here today or online, but of course there's a lot who's not. So without spamming, of course, but those who you think could find it useful. And on that note, it's time to wrap up this session. Now it's time that I will not have no more breaks or ask you to stop talking. I really hope you will celebrate with us this work we have done together. I put some names and some logos on the screen here, but in this toolbox you see so many names, because this is of course a common effort from so many people who've really been giving a lot to this common collaboration. So I think I really like you to maybe just rise. Yeah, it's not a bit formal, but you can do it. And give a round of applause for all the people who have been part of it, and yourself for coming. So a round of applause for everyone. Thank you so much. I love you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I think that's enough. And now it's time for some to us here in the room. Thank you for you online. Have a good evening. And for us here in the room, it's time for drinks and snacks. And I hope you will still enjoy. It's like a celebration of what we did. Thank you for today.